Another method of creating shaped wooden parts is to laminate thin strips around a form. Multiple bends in opposite directions, such as on this handle, require a bit more thought and preparation. Tighter radius bends are more successful when more thinner strips are used rather than trying to bend fewer, thicker strips. In this case, because the strips were relatively narrow, I was able to use 3/4 material and a thin rip jig to create the number of strips I needed. Alternatively, a pair of grippers using a 1/8 inch leg can cut the same parts for you. Because we're compound bending in opposite directions, a two-piece form is required to fully compress the parts and make sure that they conform to the shape needed. When creating the form, remember that you need to remove the thickness of material between the two parts, represented by your final piece, or the form won't press evenly across the entire part. Heavy clamps are needed, a lot of force is being applied here, and better results are gained when the forces are applied evenly from side to side. And notice also that there's plenty of extra stock in the parts that I'm bending. And even with all this prep, this piece could have used just a little bit less radius in the corners. But I was still able to get a usable piece. After the glue dries thoroughly, the part can be cleaned up, shaped, and sanded. Look for parts 2 and 3 of this series, where we'll look at other forms of laminate bending, including vacuum bagging.